branches here.
Okay, and we just went live! Yay! All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Rebel TV. We have a very special episode for you here today. Rebel TV is all about letting you get to know the Rebel marketers, and the Rebel marketers are a team who are on a mission to create the most successful team of entrepreneurs in the history of online marketing. Now, we define that by people achieving their dreams, being able to do the things that they want to do, and we understand in that everyone's dreams are a little different. So we never try and pigeonhole anybody into you have to be like this, or you have to be like that, or you have to want this level of money, or you have to want it this way. We really are about helping and supporting each other in achieving our dreams. So what's really exciting about today's episode is we're getting to interview my guest. Here you'll see Leslie Warren. And Leslie Warren actually is a life coach. So she coaches people. I'll let her tell you about the coaching business. But she's actually taken the tools and the training from what she's learned with the Rebel marketers and applied it to a completely different way of earning an income. So it's really exciting to share this story. But Leslie, first, I just want to give you a chance to introduce yourself a little, if I didn't just steal all of the amazing information, and let us know what you're about.
Okay. Well, my name's Leslie, and some of you already know me pretty well, actually. I've been part of the Rebel Marketers for, gosh, about 2 years. I think it's been 2 years now. And in the beginning, I was on a lot, and in this past, over the past several months, I've stepped back from it just a little, well, actually quite a bit, because I was using the time to create my coaching practice that we're talking about here today. So I have mixed feelings about having stepped back from the Rebels over these past few months, but it was one of those things where I knew I had to keep my focus in one particular place, and now that is where it is, I can come back to being family with you guys again, which I love. Yay!
Well, just like real family, even when you're not around, you're still in the family. We never kick you out. So that's amazing, and I think it's particularly nice to be able to kind of look at an example such as yourself, Leslie, someone who has really decided to go a very particular way. And what I'm curious about, because I think, as you know, life coaching has always been something that's been really intriguing and interesting to me. And I never quite figured out, like, how would you do it in a way where you can be online, you can work from home, and that kind of thing. So, but I'd like to kind of hear the whole story. So when did you first really realize that coaching was a passion and something that you wanted to pursue?
Okay, well, I have been sort of unofficially coaching pretty much my whole life. I have no idea why, but it's just one of those things that, people talk to me and I love it, and I love to listen, and then, if hopefully I can help or, see something and help people kind of break patterns, self-defeating patterns. And that's just something I've kind of always done. And it was right about 6 months after I joined Empower Network, actually, and I was getting to know all of these people that, with this beautiful entrepreneurial spirit, and we were going to the events, and I loved that power that was coming off the stage, and I loved working with the Rebels and working with the people that were coming in to empower, because what I realized was that I have a talent for this, for coaching, and I hope that you guys, everybody watching this, realizes that you all have a special talent. Like, there is something that you are good at that some other people might be good at, but people need you for this, and that's why I'm saying that. And I started realizing that empower, that along with that talent, that's what I wanted to be doing, and that I absolutely love working with entrepreneurial people, because whether entrepreneurs are really, whether they really understand what they're getting into and what they're doing and why they're doing it yet, it's a really special person that has the guts to step outside of the social norms and outside of that box, and try something new, and try to make an income from home, or try to be their own boss, or whatever it was that drive people towards entrepreneurship. I loved that, and that's something that really spoke to me in a big way. And so as I started going along and going to the events, and I would go through periods, and I think a lot of people go through this, where you're kind of like, okay, I'm doing this. What am I doing with this? Who am I talking to? What's my niche? What am I, there's so much. And every single time I would sit down, and I'm a prayer, and I'm a meditator, and every time I would sit down and really, put the question out there, what, I have this big, huge thing. I have got this giant tool and all these people. What am I supposed to be doing with this? And what would come back to me every single time was, you need a coach, you need to get out there, you need to be working with people, you are figuring out what you're supposed to be doing, and now it's your job to start helping other people figure out, breaking through those barriers. I just remember, after just getting started in that barrier, the fear, I'm not sure, am I supposed to be doing this? I don't know, am I going down the right path? No. And then I remembered, those moments of clarity where everything just felt fantastic, and things would start to happen. And then I'd kind of hit a bump in the road where things felt jumbled, and then, something else would happen, it would feel fantastic, and then things would start to happen. And I really figured out that it's that feeling. Dylan and I, we always joke, I don't know if you're Ace Ventura fans at all, but there's this scene, was it the second one, and he's sitting there and he's got the moths, and he talks about reaching intergalactic creamy oneness. That's what we call this. That feeling of knowing that you're on the right path, that's our intergalactic creamy oneness. So, and I realized that that's what I need to do, is to help as many people as possible find that, because I found that, and it's amazing. And so every time I tried to fight that feeling, every time I tried to fight against the coaching, and I'd get that, you need to coach, and I would go, okay, but I don't really, I'm going to try and do this because all these other people are doing this, and I don't know. And man, things would hit the fan in a big way, in a really big way. And so Dylan and I sat down and we talked about this, and that's what we decided, that this is what needs to happen, because this is what keeps getting put in front of me over and over and over and over again, and who am I to fight it? So that's sorry, I'm a chatterbox, so that's not the most nutshell version, but that's how I became a life coach. And I realized that the reason that I had Empower Network, and the reason that I had all these amazing people that I was meeting and these tools, was that I could use and work with every single one of those things to build my dream, and that's what Empower Network is all about. And that, it was the most amazing feeling. So hopefully that answered your question, probably not too succinctly, but
no, it was actually quite beautiful. I really think that there's a lot of what you said there that feels very, very important to me. I think that that you're an absolutely wonderful example of exactly what we talk about as the rebels. I mean, anyone watching, you probably know that we all share in common, using the same system, and that we, many of us choose that as our affiliation, our way of creating an income. However, what Leslie did, which is really interesting, is she found her passion and said, okay, I actually have these tools, this training, because what we have available to us is, you know, basically a university of online marketing. So you had the training available. At what point did you know, what was the thing that kind of put that together? It's like, oh, I have internet marketing training, and I can apply this to the coaching. I mean, was that kind of an obvious connection to you, or did it kind of hit you, or was that from your meditations?
You know, it in hindsight, it probably should have been obvious. I think that in the beginning for me, I was very, very focused on trying to make Empower Network my business. And so I think because I was so determined to be somebody else with it, you know, I would see you, and I would see Tracy, and I would see Dave, and I would see the Rashkins, and I would see all these people, and I was like, I want to be that person, I want to be that person, I want to be that person. And so because I was not really being true to myself, Dylan and I both, and there are a few people out there that don't know that my husband Dylan does Empower Network with me. I got him on board about a year into it, so that's who that is. And we just weren't being true to ourselves with it. We were trying too hard to fit somebody else's mold, and it was right about the time that we started having a lot of big changes a few months ago, and they started talking a lot about, you know, yes, we need to be talking about the affiliation, that's great, but we need to start talking about the products. You know, we need to start talking to people about how the Empower Network products can help them achieve their goals, because the sole goal of Empower Network is not to, you know, it's not only the affiliation. I mean, the Daves created these amazing products, and all the people that have got involved into Empower Network since, you know, it was first born have created these amazing products. And I remembered the video, and Dave Wood was talking about how these products were initially created to help people do whatever they want to do with it, not just to get in there and be, you know, Empower Network. It was to be part of it, but to use those tools. They're fantastic, amazing, brilliant tools. And, you know, everything else I saw out there, you know, I started looking around at other things, and it was, you know, a lot of times I would run into people who were in Empower Network, had dug something out of it that they found absolutely useful, and went off and did their own thing. So I thought, okay, wait a minute, that really spoke to me. It kept kind of niggling in my brain, you know, the money's nice and all, but look at these tools, look what we can do here. And I really, you know, the more that was in there, and it really started building for me in a big way, and I started really listening and realized, it was like, wait a minute, okay, you know, I kind of had one of those V8 moments, you know, it's like, I've got this coaching, and I've got this talent, and I've got these tools, and duh, what am I doing here?
Well, what I think really makes a lot of sense there too is, it's like, you know, this is something actually that a lot of us rebels have been speaking about lately, is that we really have two things here. You know, we have a business opportunity, a genuine business opportunity, and then we also have products. And the truth is that the products teach you internet marketing, so they teach you how to take advantage of the business opportunity, but they also teach you how to do internet marketing for anything that might be your passion. And so that's what I think is so cool, is that you've taken that and applied that in that way. And I don't know, it's one of those really interesting things where it's kind of like it unfolds slowly, you know, and we've kind of seen as rebels different dreams pop up, and different people that have different passions and different talents. And one of the things that was really cool about you, Leslie, as well, is that some of your, you know, initial coaching that I really saw was working within the rebels, like working within the rebel team, I saw you genuinely coaching people online on a kind of regular basis. You know, people would reach out to you as a leader within the Rebels. And you know, I actually was someone who would message you going, you know, I'm freaking out, I need help or whatever. And so what I love is it's like there was a platform upon which it's like people come in with that little entrepreneurial bug, and then it's like watching them unfold is really, really amazing. And many of them do that within the Empower opportunity. You know, like that's what I've done, and it's allowed me to kind of fulfill more of my purpose. And you've done that with the Empower Network products, which I think is just so cool that like we're representing both of those, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. It has been, and yeah, you know, a lot of my initial people, like you said, they are people within the Rebels, and I love that, you know, and I love that, you know, you reached out to me. That was amazing for me, and it gave me an opportunity to make some really uncomfortable mistakes with some people that I'm really comfortable with and truly love. So thank you for that. But yeah, and you know, and you know, make no mistake. I mean, I do have my coaching business, but I am also an affiliate of Empower Network. That, you know, it's something that can definitely, you know, can do both things, because, you know, why not? Why not? But yeah, it's Empower Network. Just, you know, it like I said, I've seen so many tools out there, and because I work with a lot of different entrepreneurs, and I don't only work with Empower Network people, I work with people in all sorts of, you know, that are involved in all sorts of opportunities. And when I'm coaching them, I don't, you know, I keep it very fine line, obviously, because I don't want there to seem like I've got an agenda with the coaching. But on the other side of that, you know, I don't combine the coaching with Empower Network, but I do combine my Empower Network affiliation with my coaching. Does that make sense?
It does.
So I don't know if that's helpful for people to kind of understand how, you know, it took me a while to figure out how I could bring both, you know, create the coaching business using those Empower Network products, but also then, you know, keep the affiliation and sort of make those things flow smoothly together.
Yeah, I think what's really interesting to me here is that really, you know, kind of what we've got in terms of, like, we have the opportunity for entrepreneurship, you know, and I think sometimes people underestimate that. They kind of say, well, you know, we're just in a system, or, you know, this is just a money-making thing. But really what has been really, really amazing is the number of Rebels who have actually kind of expanded and become more, and seeing new ways to use the new tools that they have. See, really, you know, a lot of us would say, oh, you know, we sell an opportunity, we sell the chance to make money, and yeah, I mean, that's part of it. But to me, it's the skills. See, once you have the skills to operate in an online space, you can literally do all kinds of things with this, and you wouldn't have even expected that you could. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I have this new skill. You can apply it to anything that makes you, you know, that makes you really want to do it. Like, so if you're just feeling called to do something, and you have the appropriate skills and training to know how to work with the internet, because the truth is, it's like there's internet marketing training, which is like, let me tell you how to press this button and then do this thing, and then there's the underlying how the internet kind of works and why things work, that helps you kind of like work with it and be able to maneuver any new internet space. And that's really what I've learned, which has been the most surprising to me. But Leslie, I was wondering, what's your, if you had to pick one, what was your favorite product, or what was the most influential for you?
Ooh, gosh, that's really hard. That's funny you said that, because I was just trying to think about that. I couldn't really just say one. Can I say three?
Yes, you can tell us why you like all of them.
Okay. All right. My very I absolutely love Inner Circle. Absolutely love Inner Circle. And I can honestly say that if it was not for the Inner Circle audios, I wouldn't be a coach, because it was listening to the people. And honestly, I did not identify with a lot of the people on the call. There are just some of the leaders that in Empower I just can't identify with, and that's okay. But the ones that I do identify with, I mean, oh my God, they spoke to my heart in such a way that they made me want to be a better person, and that's priceless. To see how some of these people were doing things, and so that was huge to me. Inner Circle is major to me, for that reason. I haven't spent as much time in Costa Rica as I would like. I didn't understand Costa Rica at first. I didn't really understand how it applied to me. Now I understand it a little bit better, but still, that's not my favorite. Costa Rica's good, but it's not my favorite. I love the 15K. Love, 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 love the 15K. I got so much out of the 15K that, and I use the techniques that I learned there to build my coaching business. So that one was big for me. I use Facebook, actually, is my main platform, and I got a lot of what I needed out of that. And Dylan learned a ton about Craigslist, how to work Craigslist out of that. And although if you're a Craigslist user, I won't get into this too much, but it changes all the time. We all know that if you ever tried it. That did some good things for us. Anyway, but because of those techniques, those are the techniques that we have used for advertising for the coaching practice. We use a lot of the social media, a lot of the Facebook, and then the offline marketing as well. Actually, we learned a lot of offline marketing techniques that we love. Dylan does not like social media. It's not his thing, and so he had to find something that worked for him, that he had fun with, and that's where that's his thing. That's what he loves to do, is more of the offline stuff. And so because of the offline stuff that I get more local business. That's how we're driving our local business. And if it wasn't for the 15K, we wouldn't have got that. And a lot of that is because I absolutely trust the information that comes out of Empower Network. I can go find 1,000,012 trainings on things all over the internet, but I don't know that I trust it. I don't know that it's not just somebody trying to grab my money. But Empower Network, I absolutely trust the information that's coming out of there. And then my other very, very favorite, it's the Masters. I love the Masters. I love it. I printed it out. I have it. It looks like it's been through the bathtub because I go back to it constantly. I go back to it for the mindset. And I go, there's something so powerful in the Masters to me. And no matter how I'm feeling, if I'm feeling a little bit frustrated, or if I am just like my energy is off the wall, but I feel like I need something, I go back to that packet of paper that I printed out, and it's covered in highlighter marks, and I get excited about it, and I love those products. So I have 3, and all for just a little bit different reasons. So.
I know exactly what you mean, though. I think it's like, for me, it often depends on the context, because, there's growth, there's specific training, there's, kind of really understanding how to continually expand to new levels. But really, I think what's really jumping out at me in this conversation, Leslie, and it's so much fun to talk about this, but because we talk an awful lot about the affiliation and creating money by using the blogging platform, by using the training that you can learn there, and applying it directly to it. But it's something kind of like what you said about the 15K, where people are not people should never ever be put in a box. You know, we're really about helping people to expand and to grow and to follow their passions and their purpose. And what that means to me is that there's underlying success principles and skills that everyone can use, but then they can use it to express it in any way. So if they have a traditional business, they can use these techniques to work on their traditional business. If they have something else that they want to do, they can use these techniques for that. I'm continually learning and growing. And actually I'm genuinely just excited talking about this. I feel like now I might be sounding a little bit like a sales pitch, but I seriously love that. And I think it's like, yeah, just have everyone having the space to be themselves. And to me, that's what being a rebel is about. Like, being a rebel is about not necessarily conforming to what you think you should be, but like deleting the word should from your vocabulary and instead thinking about what you could be and what you want to be and allowing that to grow. So
absolutely. Absolutely.
And so if for any of our viewers out there who are interested in finding a coach, where can they find you?
Oh gosh. Well, if you're a rebel, it's pretty easy to find me in the Rebel group. I love, even just outside, so my kids they're looking at me. Even outside of coaching, I love making friends on Facebook. I'm a Facebook junkie. I don't know, maybe it's because maybe that's why I do my coaching from Facebook, because I can feed my own personal social media addiction. But yeah, please feel free to find me on Facebook. Send me a private message. You can email me, and is it okay if I give my email address?
Yeah. You can give your website if you want.
Oh, okay. Well, my email address is info@lifecoachingwithleslie, and my website is www.lifecoachingwithleslie.com. And sometimes it can be, I feel kind of weird asking you guys this, but sometimes it can be a little bit hard to nail me down, but I have a pop-up that'll come up on the right-hand side that will give you a chance to kind of find me and set up a schedule with me. And if you're a rebel, please feel free to set up a free charge. Just set up a free consultation, because I mean, if I can't help my family, who can I help, right? So you guys seriously. And yeah, there you go. Thanks, Minnie.
Great. Well, so you can find Leslie on lifecoachingwithleslie.com, and that's LESLIE.
Yes.
And for anybody who has found something that they already want to do, but they don't have the internet skills, they don't have the skills to market, maybe they're just not quite ready to be an entrepreneur, the tools that we have available can help you to step into your dream, whatever your dream might be. Now, a Rebel invited you to this call, to this webinar, because they care about you, because they want to see you achieve your dream. Whether you have a dream of, life coaching, of pursuing another business, or you just want to create some freedom for your family and use the affiliation here with the Rebels, click the link below and make the decision to join us. So thanks so much, Leslie, for being here. This was a great interview. It was really fun to hear about your story.
Oh, thanks. Thank you so much for inviting me. This is really fun.
Awesome. Okay, well, everyone have a great weekend. Bye.